Now we can add some sevenths. Minor 7, major 7. And then at speed, hey, my name is Dev. I've been a serious guitarist for over 3.5 decades. I want to help you improve on this instrument. And today's video is going to be all about tapping, but not the usual kind of triad tapping stuff. There's plenty of videos and resources on how to do that, and it's a great place to start. But we're going to look specifically at 2 ways that you can extend your tapping beyond that. We're not going to get all the way into the crazy polyphia stuff where like it's part of a maximalist approach to the guitar, but really 2 ways that you can add some more variety and like I think it's a lot more fun to tap a little bit outside of the usual like triad stuff. So the first one we're going to look at, first one at which we're going to look is going to use open strings, and not just the Hoffer teacher stuff, which is really triads, where you're using the open string, but you're also using the 12th fret, which is an octave of the open string. We're going to take that idea and we're going to extend it a little bit. So here, what we're going to do is just first recognize that any open string other than the B string, the string below it is its 5th because of the way the guitar is tuned. So A and E, those are the same notes as an A5 chord, D and A, G and D, and E and B. Those are all the same notes as their as the root and its 5th. So we can take that. Let's stick with a G string, G and D. I've got the octaves up here, and I can tap a 5th chord. Let's do that in D also. It's a little more pleasing to my ears in D. So that's our 5th chord. It's ambiguous. It's neither major nor minor. Let's add a major 3rd to that. Now I can play that 3rd in a different position too. So I've got this 3rd here and this 3rd here. We can make this minor. Now we can add some sevenths. Minor 7, major 7, and dominant 7. Let me go through all 4 of those shapes again one more time. And what we've got is a lot of opportunities. We can play a major 7, dominant 7th, and a minor 7th on any of these strings, E, G, D, and A. So going a little slower, the minor 7 is going to look like this. You can see that we've got these kind of 3 positions. The first one is here. First one's here. The second one is here. The third one is here. No, it's not. Third one's here. Now, the dominant 7 is going to be, and then the middle of 5th is going to be the same. And then up here, I usually play that actually with my 2nd finger, I think. I'm not sure, we'll find out. But yeah, those 3 shapes. Maybe I don't. And then the major 7 is going to be here. The 5th is the same. And up here for the 3rd shape. So. Go back to minor. Dominant, and major. So that'll work, again, on any of these strings, A, D, G, and E, high E. That's the dominant. Let's do G minor. Major 7. Dominant. So that is 3 shapes that you can use. That opens up 12 chords really for you. E major 7, minor 7, dominant 7, also G, all 3 of those, D, A, and E. That you can play those patterns, and you don't have to use the same rhythm pattern, of course. Have some fun with it, play with it. We've been ignoring this G to B string transition here because it's tuned a little bit differently. But it opens up a lot of really cool opportunities for us. Because we've already got our E minor, and our G major, and dominant. But now, all 3 of these high strings is an E minor chord, and all 3 of these strings, the G, the B, and the D, is a G major chord. So we can add another string that's going to stay within that same chord. So for example, our E minor 7 looks like this. And we can also add the next note in on the G string, and we can keep adding that 3rd note, and we end up getting this great pattern for E minor 7. Similarly, when we get to the G major, with these 3 strings, we're going to stick to both of the chords that are the major versions of the chord, the dominant 7 and the major 7. The major 7 would look like this. And the dominant 7 would look like this. So finally, what we're going to do is talk about using tapping within scales, specifically descending scales. I really think of my right hand more as an extension of my left hand for long legato lines and not really tapping, as most people would call it. But let's take a look at this particular line. And what I'm doing there is really playing 3 notes per string descending. And if you want to take a look at that shape, I'll put a card up here and a link in the description. I'm specifically using the 3 notes per string descending shape for the Aeolian mode that I go over in that video. But I'm playing 3 notes per string, and then back to the root, descending, and then the note above the highest note on each string that's within the key, I'm just tapping that as well. So let's take a look at this in small chunks. The first one is, so what you're doing is, and whenever we get to the next string, we tap, or we hammer on the note below the one that we're going to tap, and then we tap, and then we, in this case, we go back to the root. And we just continue that pattern, and you can keep moving down as many octaves as you want. If you're not comfortable with this yet, start with that chunk, and then you can move it down to the next B. And then you can keep moving it down. So again, what you're doing is playing 3 notes per string, and then you hammer on the note below the note below the one you're going to tap. Tap it, hammer, tap, legato, hammer, tap, legato, hammer, tap, legato, hammer, tap, legato, hammer, and then I do a little to get down to the root of this particular one. I'll do it a little bit slower. And then at speed. So hopefully that serves as a really good jumping off point to add some new tapping ideas and techniques to your playing. I'm really trying to make the videos that I wish existed while I was learning. And in the description is a link to sign up for my email list, which will give you immediate access to the Guitar Chord Survival Kit. This is just another video in this season that I'm doing right now, which I'm calling the Winter Woodshed. So make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss out on the other ones. I got a bunch of really cool stuff coming up, and I hope to see you around. Cheers.